Good morning, Arsene. You revealed the team news yesterday. It was a clean bill of health. Is that still the case? Everything okay?
Yes, of course, Giroud is still suspended and Fabianski is not back. So the squad will be similar.
And Fabianski not too far away.
He's not far away.
When he's back, you've got a decision to make. How's Wojciech Szczesny handled coming back into the side, in your opinion?
Well, I believe since he has come back, he has done well. And that's positive. That I always told you that he took the fact that he didn't play in every game in a positive way and worked harder. And when he came back, he was ready. That's what the job is about.
When you looked at your run into the season, that Man U game stood out. Having got it out of the way, you've got three sides who are down the bottom of the table. It's important to stay professional, keep going. It's not a matter of complacency, but just...
Well, we go game by game, and every game gives you a different proposal, you know, that you have to sort out. And we are highly focused on tomorrow's game and on our performance, and everybody's really focused and wants to do well tomorrow again, and that's what we will, of course, want to achieve.
You'll focus on your game, as you said, but aside from you, is this the decisive week for this top four decision? Because there's Chelsea playing two big games and Tottenham and Chelsea in the middle of it. Nobody
knows. The only thing we know is it can only be decisive. Do we win our games? You know, that's compulsory. So we focus on winning our games, and then we will look at the results of the other teams. But the most important in that is not to lift your head, just focus on your job and continue our strong run. We have built up a strong run, put a strong run together, and we want to use this belief in a very positive way.
Just lastly from me, at QPR, they have gone down. They've still got some quality players in their side.
Yes, of course. They have. In the Premier League, we watched the QPR games in the recent 3-4 games. Every game is difficult, you know, and all the games are tight. And so we want to make sure that this little percentage goes for us with more focus and more determination.
Hello, Arsene. There is an argument that says a relegated team will play with not having any pressure and therefore be a more dangerous proposition. Do you subscribe to that theory?
It can happen, yes, that they play under less pressure and with less fear, and can be, of course, very dangerous.
It's another London derby, but I mean, you've had a pretty
But I still believe that the derby will be decided by the quality of our performance. Do we continue to play like we do? We will make it, and that's what we focus on.
You've won your last 3 away Premier League games. How pleased are you that you're putting together a really good run away as well as being strong at home?
We have been strong away from home, yes, and we had a good stability. How do you explain that? I believe that at home, at the beginning of the season, we played with some fear, and away from home, we played with more freedom and expressed more our game, and maybe as well because the home teams attack more against us than they do at the Emirates, you know. But away from home, we had a good season.
It is tunnel vision, as you say, at this stage of the season. You can't look over the top. But is it tempting to, knowing that Chelsea do face Manchester United and Spurs in consecutive games?
No, they are in front of us, and you know, we play catch back. Chelsea's in front of us, so first of all, focus on what is important is just your performance and you winning the game. And we have learned that through the years, and that's I think it's a right way to behave.
How much can your experience of coming through these closing weeks of the season successfully and making the top 4 be a crucial factor again this time?
How much I don't know, but it can help because we have gone through that before, and some players as well. But the most important for us is to have a longer term vision. We are a team, if you look since January, we have become stronger and stronger. Even for next season, it's important for the confidence on the long-term future that we finish strong, and that's why every game is important for us to go and as well next year into the season. See, look, we are on a strong run, and we want to continue that. That shows we have quality.
We're talking next year, but there were reports linking you with Paris Saint-Germain, but can you just say what the position is?
I answered that question already, you know. I respect my contract.
And does what you're achieving here still continue to excite you as much?
Every football game excites me, and football in general excites me. And the love for this club as well.
Does the prospect of Jose Mourinho returning to Chelsea excite you?
It's Chelsea's affairs, you know. I don't know what Chelsea wants to do, and honestly, that is not my affairs, and I focus just on the end of the season now for us to do well.
But do you think it would be good for the Premier League to have someone of the calibre
I don't
of
know.
Mourinho
I don't
back?
know. You know, they have a good manager now, Chelsea, and they will have a good manager next year, and nobody knows who it will be. Nothing is official.
Just one last one from me. I know we talked about this last week, but now it's actually happened. The all-German Champions League final. You talked in terms of a winter break being a key factor in the rise of German football. Is there anything else that perhaps the Premier League could learn from the Germans and how they've developed over the last couple of years?
Well, yes, but I think the Premier League has rectified well and does some good work with the young players, with the youth system. They have modified, improved the structure of the youth system. But let's not forget, in Germany, 5 million people who play regularly football. In England, 350,000. And that is the biggest difference between Germany and England. And you cannot change that from one day to the next. That means the basis they have is absolutely huge in Germany.
Arsene, what have you made of what's gone on at QPR? They've spent a huge amount of money over the last 2 years, and it just simply hasn't worked for them, has it?
Well, they have that can happen in football. We have seen that before. I believe that you have to accept that football is a risky game, and it demands a lot of investment, but there's no guarantee that you will be successful with it.
Loic Remy has had a good second half to the season. Has he been a player on your radar over the last couple of years?
I know Loic Remy for a long, long time. You know, he's been in Lyon, in Lens, in Nice, in Marseille, and he's a very efficient striker.
And in terms of your striking options this weekend, have you got a decision to make with regards to who you play up front?
Yes?
In terms, obviously, Podolski, you took him off against Manchester United, and I think there's been some quotes this week about Theo Walcott again saying he wants to be your main central striker. Is that something you're going to consider?
I consider every single options, and I believe what is the most important is the balance of the team, and basically that Walcott plays right or central is not a big difference for me.
And
What is important is that how you contribute to the team, and how good your performance is. What is important is that how well Arsenal does.
Comes that time of the year when we kind of reflect and see how things are for a season. You're 21 points behind Manchester United. You finished 19 points behind them last season. Can you see, in terms of progress and where this club's gone, can you actually see tangible progress with this squad?
If you look at the difference with Man United, you can say no, but I believe that during this season we had to rebuild the team in the last 2 seasons. You know, we lost some massive players, and we have moved forward, for me, in the second part of the season considerably. Just to let you know, we have gone out against Bayern Munich on a away goal, and they just thrashed Barcelona 7 goals, so I have to consider that we have moved forward.
And in terms of player recruitment for next season, obviously you've got your eye on players. Is that dependent on you finishing in the top 4, the players you bring in next season?
not on our side.
Okay, last copy now.
It can influence the players who want to join us, but on our
Exactly, that's
side,
what I was asking you.
on our side, no.
Arsene, you know you've always honoured your contracts and you have one here till 2014, but what happens then?
I don't know.
Would you want to stay beyond that then?
Look, I want to stay if I do well, and if I consider, or the club considers that I do well. That's all. I want this club to do well. You know, that's my basic feeling is that. We have gone through a period that was very sensitive. The club is coming out of it now in a much stronger position financially, and I believe that the club is in a very strong position for the future. For the rest, my own person is less important. What is important is the future of this club.
Is there a point when you feel you'll have to maybe sit down and talk about a new deal with that, and maybe over the summer? Or?
There is a point now where we just want to focus on finishing well our season.
Arsene, just one more on that. There will come a time though where things will have to change. Would you think you would have an input on that, on how, because you put so much effort into the club, taking the club forward to where it is? But, you know, should there be something like
I don't know if I will have any input on that. You know, that's I believe a big club should be around where everybody does his job, and I try to do my job. The only thing I can say, I do it with a lot of commitment and a lot of loyalty, and after that, you know, and I try to do as well as I can for this club, and I believe that this club is today in a very, very strong position, and has gone through a very sensitive period in a very intelligent way, and that after that, everything is here to have a great future. You have a good fan base, you have now a strong financial situation, you have good young players, a squad who has normally a bright future with the quality of the young players we have, so it's just to manage it well now.
What's the situation with Luke Podolski and his ankle? Some suggestions that he's probably going to need surgery at the end of the season. Can you just clear that up?
No, that's not true.
No. He should be okay.
He should be okay.
Just one final one. Fabregas is a player you've always said that you might think about, you know, sometime in the future bringing back. Is that a short-term option, do you think? Because there's been some suggestion that...
No, it's not a short-term option at the moment. The short-term option for us is just focus on tomorrow's game and finish well the season. That's short-term option.
Okay, finally in French at the back there, thank you.
Bonjour Arsène, la rumeur vous annonce au PSG dès cet été. La confirmez-vous?
Non, je l'ai déjà démenti plusieurs fois et je ne peux que la démentir.
Avez-vous été au moins en contact avec les dirigeants de Paris Saint-Germain ces dernières semaines?
Je n'ai rien d'autre à ajouter à ce que je viens de vous dire.
Et une dernière, est-ce que le PSG version Qatar avec une puissance financière très importante est une aventure que vous intéresserait malgré tout dans un avenir proche?
Bon là, cette question elle est liée aux deux autres, donc il n'y a rien à ajouter.
Vous restez à Arsenal jusqu'au...
Oui, j'ai un contrat jusqu'en 2014.
Okay guys, if you come around and bring your chairs up. Thanks.